How's it going, guys? Today I'm making a video to showcase one of the new things that I designed and developed. This is the ultimate cooling kit for your supercharged RS4, specifically the B7 platform, and I just wanted to show you what comes with the kit, what it looks like, how the crash bar is reinforced, and what it also looks like installed and how everything fits. So first we're going to look at this, which is the reinforced crash bar, and as you can see, the back has a brace that can be removed, and the reason that we did this instead of welding it in place is that so that you can remove the crash bar when everything is installed and you don't have to worry about removing the heat exchanger again. It makes it easier to do that. You just get a ratchet wrench down in there, you can remove the back brace, pull the crash bar off, and then reinstall, and yet you still have reinforcement from that brace. Now here you can see there are riv nuts where the bumper height adjusters usually go. There's rivets that are usually there, and I drilled them out and put in riv nuts, and it comes with the correct hardware to install it with your new adjusters, or you can just drill yours out and use what's on your crash bar as well. This is the bracket that the fan control module is going to go on. It replaces what was currently there, and as you can see there's some slim profile hardware that helps the bumper slide over that without hitting it. Now with this here, there is a slight modification you need to make with your bumper. You need to cut out a slot where this goes. As you can see here, there's a little slot that was cut out. That way everything fits as it should. And then you can also see how this is reinforced. All 1/4 inch aluminum like it originally was, along with the back brace. And then these are the brackets that hold the heat exchanger. These mount to the core support where the AC condenser is, and it's M8 bolts with riv nuts in place, so they're easy enough to mount. And then you mount them with this bracket that comes with the MercRacing heat exchanger. Now that one's a little tore up because I was doing research and development with those ones and making this kit. So this is the heat exchanger itself. As you can see, it's quite large. On average, I believe it's 1.5 times larger than the average heat exchanger that comes on a supercharger kit for the B7. And to note on top of that, it's increased size, capacity. It's also a quad pass. So instead of it typically being a single or dual pass, the fluid goes through it 4 times and then comes out. So it does a lot of cooling. Really want to thank MercRacing for developing this. They make the best heat exchangers and most efficient that you can come up with. So now that you see the whole kit, we are going to show you how it looks and fits on the car. Alright, so here's what it looks like on the car. As you can see, it is quite large, but everything fits very well, very precisely. Let's take a little bit of a closer look. So you can see here is where the bumper adjusters go, install hardware. You can see the brackets. Again, ignore the writing on those. I had to use those brackets to develop this kit, so they're going to come with new brackets that don't have writing or holes in them. And as you can see here, this sits at an angle. Gives you a better idea. You can see how it sits leaning back, and the reason for this is, one, is so that that can fit. 2, it does create an air gap in between the actual heat exchanger, the AC condenser, and the radiator to allow for a little airflow underneath and cooling, but also so that it can fit where it needs to go, which is below and in front of the power steering cooler. Because the RS4 has the oil cooler and the power steering cooler. You are limited on space. Well, in this case, because of how it's designed, this sits at an angle and then kicks out so that it clears the power steering cooler and goes below it. And everything fits, the bumper fits and everything. That slight modification that's needed, again, you have to cut a slot in the front of the bumper, well, on the back side rather, behind the grill, so that this piece can fit. But other than that, everything fits as it should. And then this is where the ports are. So for the guys that have like an APR supercharger where the coolant pump usually goes right under here, under the crash bar. What I really recommend is that since the ports for the coolant are on this side, and I recommend that you leave them on this side, that you can reroute the coolant pump and actually take it from what used to be there and run it down in between everything, and then go back where the secondary air injection was, and then mount the pump back there. And if you have any questions in regards to what pump to use, I recommend the Pierburg CWA100-3, and I'm actually working on making a mounting bracket for it so that it can go back where the secondary air injection is. That way it makes everything that much easier. Then you just have to route rubber lines, power to that pump over there instead of it originally being right there, and you are good to go. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, please again hit that like button and subscribe, and hopefully with these developments as we continue, we can bring more power out of these V8s. Thanks guys.